If you like this video, why not subscribe?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly recap Q&A show. That's the show where I sit in my car and talk about things that happened in the past week, questions and emails, and also I share with you links that gathered on Twitter and Facebook. You can find those below. Lots of good stuff, as usual. Last week the question was, does the format work? I was asking everybody about the current format of the show, if they liked it, if they didn't like it. I had an email about it. Wait for passing plane. But the general consensus was that everybody likes what I'm doing. There's a few people that wish I was more focused on DIY stuff, which is where I kind of started the show. As I explained, as I'm trying to branch out a little bit and give me more time for each different kind of segment. People seem to approve in general, so I was very grateful for the lots of positive comments people gave me about how they like the show, and they'd rather have something on a regular basis that maybe was different versus the same thing only once or twice a month or even less, because that's what was happening before. So I think I'm very thankful for all the input. Thank you for watching, everybody. It's great. Everything's going really well. And so this week I'm actually one of the things people talked about in that last responding to that last segment was they're asking that they'd like to see more technique videos. And so I'm going to throw that out to you. What specific kinds of techniques are you looking for? Camera work, lighting, audio, what have you? I mean, I realize everybody probably wants a lot of that stuff. But what specifically, some things I'm sure I haven't addressed as much as others. So if you could fill me in, tell me what you're most interested in technique-wise. I can start maybe leaning a little bit more episodes that way. I'm always looking for good ideas for shows, and I appreciate all the input, feedback, and input people have given me, because I definitely use it. Sometimes I have my own ideas, and other times I create shows specifically based on what somebody asks me. Some of my gear I build has been that specifically, like the crane video, for example. I had no intention of building a crane, but a lot of people wanted it, so I made one, and a lot of good has come out of that episode. One of the most watched episodes, actually. So what techniques would you like to see? That's the question. Other things coming up this week for the full Frugal Filmmaker episode. I'm actually going to take a stab at the Snorri Cam build. That's a little different than most of them you've probably seen. So that's coming up Wednesday or Thursday. I get busy on that one. Something else, just so you know, in the past month or so, it's kind of died down now, but we were talking about making t-shirts, and I'm going to get on that. I'm going to make those available. I'm actually not going to go with one design. I think we had like 3 different designs I thought were pretty good. And so I'm going to talk to the creators about that, and also see if I can get a good line on where to do t-shirts. So I've thought about doing them online. Which is great, but the only thing about that is I'm not really trying to make a lot of money off t-shirts. I'd rather use them as a marketing tool. But I know that if you use an online company like Printfection or Cafe Press, they are the ones making all the money off your design. And so I'm going to see if I can maybe find a local person, or maybe somebody out there. If you have a t-shirt company, I know some people on Facebook have mentioned, hey, I have access to a t-shirt press. Maybe we can work something out so that's a little more beneficial to the show and to the viewers, maybe by creating a t-shirt at a lower price, because I don't want to have to charge $20 for a t-shirt where I'm not making anything and it's not going back into the show, and all we're doing is making an online company rich. So anyway, if you have access to a t-shirt press, let me know and we'll go from there. So with that said, as you recall, I'm also starting to answer more questions online and through emails, and only the ones that are really pertinent for this show I'm going to bring out and put on the show. So I'm not going to be answering 20 questions anymore on the show. It'll be more like I'll pick out the ones specifically that might apply to more people, opposed to the generic ones. I also thought about doing a FAQ video, frequently asked questions video, so I always have a video on my page that'll answer things like, what camera do you use, and what's that box under your camera, and will X rig hold a DSLR? I'm gonna create a video for that, because I get so many of those questions every week that I don't need to answer them, and you guys don't want to hear them every week because you're tired of it. So at any rate, so let's go ahead and get started with the 3 questions we have here that I thought would be beneficial to everyone. The first one comes from let's see, this is Hevesh5, Hevesh5, made a comment on the mini camera stabilizer saying, this is an awesome invention, but is the camera too far away to zoom in and out? I went to Dollar Tree and the steering wheel wasn't there. Well, Dollar Tree, like any other store, turns over its inventory, and even when they don't sell everything, because they had those Wii steering wheel controller holders for a short period of time, and then they weren't selling. They dropped to a quarter, then they just got rid of them. I bought a bunch of them. Not sure why. Not like I'm going to sell them or anything. Yeah, so you can find them online though for I think $2 or $3, and they're really great. Now, as far as the answering the question about can you zoom in and out when you're running it? Well, the whole point of a fig rig, really, I mean, even an official fig rig, the steering wheel deal, which is also what my PVC stabilizer rig is based off of, is I never intended to worry about critical focus when using that rig. If I want to change my focal length, I just push in, move the rig closer, pull the rig back, set the focus on infinity so that you're not worried about focus issues. And if you have a DSLR and you're using something like a 50 millimeter lens where critical focus is a huge issue because you're going for shallow depth of field, that's more challenging. That takes a rig redesign, and a lot of people have redesigned that rig. If you look in the video responses to the PVC stabilizer rig, you'll see how people have redesigned that to be able to handle focus better. But me, I just want to pull wide, set the focus to infinity, and just be able to move around freely. That's why all of those rigs don't have any controls on the handles, because you're just using your body basically to change the focal length. So that's why it's designed like that. And if you have a shorter lens, then that's something you definitely have to address. But I recommend you just go deep focus and not worry about it, especially with action. I mean, watch an action movie, a lot of when that camera's moving around a lot on a fig rig or handheld, there's not any critical focus there. It's all deep focus. Okay, Transformer 244 made a comment on the quick release puck. So do you have any other quick connects? Because the SEMA quick connect is sold out everywhere. I know I've talked about this recently. I got a notice, well, not a notice, but one of my links that I watch all the time, the SEMA Quick Connect on Amazon, said they were going to be restocked May 16th. And I published that link, which just goes to Amazon. But since then, I've looked at that link, and it doesn't say anything. It doesn't talk about May 16th. So we're going to have to see what happens on May 16th, and hopefully they're going to replenish. SEMA isn't a company that's apparently going anywhere, so I hope they get their stock back, because those quick connects are really valuable. A lot of people use them. I use them all the time. I want them to come back. There is an alternative, and I mentioned it before. It's the kind of cheap one you can find on eBay it's like a Manfrotto style, and it does have metal parts. It's only $8, but there are no threads in the base, so you have to do a workaround. In fact, I think I'm going to create an episode. I know DSLR Film Noob has already posted this on his blog like a month ago or longer, but I might actually do a video where I compare the two and see. Because for me, I've already got like 6 SEMA quick connects, so if I would have to start over and use a different connector plate, I have to throw away all my old ones or just redo them all. Not that I really want to do that, but if I'm going to expand, I mean, the whole idea is that you've got one base plate on your camera, and even if you have 10 rigs, you can quickly move between the rigs using the same plate on your camera. You should never have to take the plate off of your camera. So I'm hoping I don't have to redo everything, but I would like to compare them, see if there's, if the other one's better, because the other one never changes in price. It's always $8 on eBay, where the SEMA will fluctuate between $8 to $15 on Amazon, which isn't as much fun, obviously, especially when you need one. So, but I'll definitely look into that. I think I might even create an episode or a tip episode or something about that. All right, and finally today, I got an email from Blue Green Blue, who sent me a message saying, I'm contacting you as I have just co-published a book called If We Can, You Can spelled C-A-N-N-E-S, as in the film festival in France, and have included your YouTube channel as a resource for readers to visit for inspiration and valuable knowledge. Now I looked up this book, and it is on Amazon. It's $2.99. It's kind of it's a memoir guide about going to the Cannes Film Festival and this person's various adventures and things they learned there. And they do include, there is a section for resources, and I'm in there, so I appreciate that. So I'm definitely going to say, if this book interests you, check it out. This is a $2.99 ebook. You can get it on your Kindle or any kind of other e-reader, I think. But I also thought this was a pretty good marketing ploy, because if you just mention, because the mention in the book, I did get a copy of it, and it's like a paragraph. It's modest. I'm grouped together with a bunch of other people that have YouTube channels, Freddie Wong being one of them, this flattering company. But I thought this was a really good marketing tool, because if you want to get word about whatever it is you're releasing, include somebody who maybe has some, even a small presence somewhere, like on YouTube, and then release your product, and then tell that person, hey, you're in my book, and then, will you mention me to your audience? I'm not sure, this book really doesn't, appeal, I don't say appeal, but does it fit in, to the niche that I've created as far as DIY stuff? Probably not. Not many people that watch my show are probably going to the Cannes Film Festival anytime soon. But I did appreciate the mention, and I thank you, and I am mentioning your book. But I also think it was an interesting way to market. If you just include somebody and then tell them about it, you've given them something in a way, even though they're probably going to get more out of this than I will. But I like the idea. I think it's good marketing. I'm always open to good marketing stuff. So anyway, that's all the questions I had today. Again, coming up this week on the Frugal Filmmaker is the SnorriCam build. My attempt at it. I hope it works. And also, I'm developing, the T-shirts so that people that want T-shirts can buy one. I would like to buy one so that I can wear one on the show. I think that's a good way to market. And then, of course, don't forget to come to the Facebook group. That's really active. Just search for the Frugal Filmmaker on Facebook. Join it. Lots of things going on there. Lots of people talking about everything. Twitter, I'm Frugal Filmmaker. The YouTube channel, of course, and my blog, thefrugalfilmmaker.com, which is where you'll be able to find all this stuff. So thanks so much for everybody's input on everything. Again, the question this week is, what techniques would you like to see or learn about that I can create shows about? And have a great week making your movies. Good luck, and I'll see you next time on the Recap Q&A. Bye.